king. I can't get any higher, I'm the GOAT, I swear I pity minors. You ain't no bitch, I'm really fire. On the low, I think I'm giddy Gaia. I can't get any higher, I'm the GOAT.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Soup, and yes, we're back with another video, back with another studio. You already know the vibes, y'all. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Now, some of you guys really wanted this video, and I had to clear the air when I said Ichigo is the greatest swordsman ever. I had to clear it. A lot of you guys blasted me on a Shonen Jump rap cipher and had this to say.
You serious?
Actually understanding what makes a great swordsman in anime, in my opinion. What makes a great swordsman is he's not only strong, and I'm not just talking about the physical capabilities, I'm also talking about how well balanced and skilled that person is. So here's an analogy. Gogeta versus Broly. Right? Gogeta was so much more powerful than Broly in terms of power and skill, and Broly didn't really have an answer to it. He couldn't answer back because he lacked the skill and power. Now here's another analogy. Broly versus Goku and Vegeta separately. We all seen what happened. Broly dominated both Goku and Vegeta fairly easily and didn't really take that much damage. Yet Goku and Vegeta are much more skilled fighters than Broly. Broly had no training. He had no home training whatsoever, no house training, nothing, no type of training. Yet he caught up in a lower power transformation to Goku's God transformation. Let that sink in. You don't really need to be as skilled as that person to defeat them. Once you have the power and skill, everything starts to fall into place. Gogeta, much more powerful, much more skilled than Broly. And look what happened. Dominated Broly. Goku and Vegeta lacked the power, but was much more skilled than Broly when it comes down to fighting. And look what happened. Broly said, screw that, I'm here. So with that being said, y'all, let's get into the top tier anime swordsman list. Let's do this. Let's start this off. So with my number 10, we have Kirito. To me, honestly speaking, Kirito, he is a top swordsman. Yes, he is flashy as hell. Yes, he has finesse, but he lacks the power, right? In all honesty, Kirito is more like I wouldn't classify him as a real swordsman.
FBI, open up!
A real swordsman. A real swordsman. He's not really a real swordsman. Now, I want you guys to understand my point by that. He's a swordsman inside of a game, not a real swordsman in his real life. If you understand what I mean. In his personal real life, once he steps out of Sword Art Online, he's a regular person. He doesn't have no bodies. He's never bodied somebody in real life. Only inside of a game, he's bodied people and monsters. Except for that one time he killed somebody. So, and I know what you guys want to say. Oh, what about Golden Eye form Kirito? I get that. Inside of a game, he's elite, right? He's an amazing gamer. He's swag. If that's the case, I'll put Asuna around him and be like, hey, she's the top swordswoman. But we're not going to get into all of that. So Kirito is my number 10. At number 9, he is probably the deadliest one on the list. He has bodies upon bodies. He has a ton of bro. He has a ton of bodies, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how many bodies he has, and that's Afro Samurai. Afro, I don't even gotta say nothing. I don't gotta say much. He's deadly as hell. I feel like on this list, he's not gonna be as high as the others because unfortunately he's not as strong as the others, right? You gotta have skill plus the power with being a samurai. Like, that's really the only way you can really win. That's the only way you could compete with other samurais. So what I meant was higher tiered characters. So somebody like, if Afro Samurai was going against somebody like Aizen, right, which would never happen, but if he was going against somebody like an Aizen, he's gonna need power plus skill, because you can't just have skill and try to fight Aizen. It's not gonna work. You need to be around their tier to even compete. It doesn't matter how skilled you are with that sword. You're not beating somebody who's on a different level than you with swordsmanship skills. If you're a swordsman, you fight another swordsman, and they're on a different tier than you. They're on a much higher plane than you. And all you have to offer to that fight to yourself is just your skill as a swordsman. You're not going to win that fight. That's what I meant, to clarify what I just said. Well, not even samurais. People who uses their sword as a means to fight. Number 8, we have Tanjiro. I don't gotta say much. He kills demons for a living. He's a whole demon slayer. I don't gotta say much. If you touch his little sister, it's goodbye bye. That's not word. Bye bye. Anyway, Tanjiro is my number 8. I didn't have to say much about Tanger. You guys know his body count. You know what he does for a living. You know what he do. Tanjiro's number 8 on my list. Number 7 and 6. I'm combining the two. At number 7, we have Guts. To be honest, he's hella strong, but I wouldn't classify Guts as a actual swordsman. So the Guts situation is similar to the Trunk situation. Like, they don't need that sword to kill you. Guts can easily kill you without his sword. He don't need it. But the thing is, I don't consider Guts to be a swordsman because it doesn't require skill to pick up a heavy sword and just slash somebody. It doesn't. That's how most of his fights are. It's just him slashing and going berserk, which is the name of his show. That doesn't require skill, but I do think of him in a way as a top swordsman because he has a sword, and that's his main weapon, if that makes sense. I don't consider him to be a skilled swordsman because one slash and you're dead. It's that type of thing. Same thing with Asta. I'm not saying that he could one-shot people, but Asta is strong, but he doesn't have flash and finesse with his swordsmanship. He doesn't have that. He's not like a Kirito or a Sasuke or Aizen or a Zorro. He's not that. Now, hear me out. I know you guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Guts is... It doesn't take a lot of skill to swing a big-ass sword. It just takes a lot of strength, right? And Asta is pretty much the same way. It don't take a lot of skill to swing a big-ass sword. It don't. According to what you guys said, it doesn't really take that much skill to swing a big-ass sword, because you call Ichigo that. You call Ichigo a brute. But let me explain. Guts and Asta, right? Asta is at my number 6. They're both strong individuals, right? Both really, really, really strong individuals. But they don't have the same techniques or skills such as a Kirito or a AFRO or a Tanjiro. They don't have that, but they're so much more powerful than the other 3. They are. If we're just talking about straight skill and you negate their powers and whatnot, then sure, maybe they do have a chance of winning, right? But it's more of the lines of, if I have to nerf myself to fight you because you lack the power to fight me, well, that's all I need to say. I have to nerf myself. I have to lower my power so that you can fight me. You're weak. The top 5, the greatest of swordsmen in anime. Now, you guys really don't know him. I'm not sure if you guys watch Plunderer, but Liche, he's elite with that sword. He is a top tier swordsman. If you haven't watched Plunderer, I don't gotta say much. Go watch Plunderer. You got to go watch it. You gotta watch it. Go watch it. He's elite. He's too good, bro. He's overpowered. And he has a whole lot of skill because you guys love skill. Y'all love it. Y'all, that's what you guys base everything off of. Oh, skill. But you need skill plus the power. You need both. At number 4, we got Mihawk. Down below your top 10 anime swordsmen. Let me know down below. You can disagree with me, but this is just my point. Mihawk, I don't know too much about him, but you guys scale him to Zorro. So I'm assuming that he's either as strong as Zorro or stronger than Zorro. I don't know, it's interchangeable. Zorro. I don't want to say much. He's the only one on this list who fights with 3 swords and fights with a sword in his mouth. He's the only one. That's skill, and we already know how strong Zorro is. I don't gotta say much. You know what's happening. At number 2, we have Sasuke Uchiha. Now, I know what you guys want to say. Hey, Sasuke is not truly a swordsman. He kind of is and kind of isn't. So here's my take on it. Sasuke has been fighting with a sword since he was, what, 15? And he's an adult now. He's up there in age. He's been fighting with a sword for a very, very long time. He has the skill. He's extremely flashy. And don't confuse flashiness with skill. He's really an elite swordsman if he wants to be. If he wants to be the greatest swordsman, then he could so choose to be and just use his sword the entire time, or use sword-like attacks the entire time. Right? Sasuke is my number 2. Now, my number 1. In my opinion, the top tier swordsman is Trunks, man. Get the fuck out of here. It's Trunks. What you want? You thought I was gonna say Ichigo? What? Trunks.
Gotcha, bitch.
Okay. It's not Trunks, it's really Ichigo. But let me explain to you why Trunks is not on this list. Trunks is stronger than everybody in terms of fight. His potential is higher. He could so choose to be the best swordsman on this list. But Trunks is not on this list for the simple fact because he only uses his sword about 3 times, right? He uses his sword against Frieza, cut up Frieza, killed him, and King Cold, right? Cool. Androids come, he don't really use it. He uses his fist. Okay, so Trunks did use his sword against the androids, but then 17 was like,
gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, and that was pretty much that. And if he wants to be the greatest swordsman, he could. He really could. He can be it, but he's not really a swordsman. He's more of a person who knows how to use a sword. There's a difference. In terms of skill, if you look at Kirito or Afro Samurai, and you compare them, their swordsmanship to Trunks' swordsmanship is not on the same level. It's not. They're better at that, but still, they would still get bodied by somebody like Trunks fairly easily. No contest. If they were to fight, Trunks is bodying Kirito, without a doubt. Trunks is, again, let me reiterate this. Trunks is somebody who can use a sword. he's not a swordsman. It's like an NBA player, right? You have skilled NBA players, but then you have athletes who are insanely athletic, and that's it. While skilled NBA players are athletic, they could shoot, they could dribble, they could play make, they could do whatever. Did you guys get that? Okay. So Ichigo, I'm a Bleach fan. Y'all know this already. I'll put him at 1 because it's either between Sasuke or Ichigo. They're probably the strongest swordsmen on here. The strongest, those two. And then you could throw in Zorro if you want. I'm not sleeping on Zorro, but compared to those two, in terms of skill plus power, those two are ahead of him in terms of power. But in terms of skill, it's interchangeable. You guys decide what your list is. Now, like I said before, y'all, Ichigo is my number 1. Let me know down below what you guys think. Tell me who you think is your top tier anime swordsman, because this is an ongoing debate on my channel. Share the video. Let people know. Let them know, and I want to see what they think of my list. So, it's been your boy. We're out. Peace, y'all.